Well, I think in that case, God was saying, I am everything, because I am.
Right.
Now, mine is a different take on it. It is...
Joel Osteen is a name that resonates with millions of people around the world. As the senior pastor of Lakewood Church, the largest Protestant church in the United States, Osteen has become a household name due to his motivational sermons, best-selling books, and uplifting messages of hope. His teachings have inspired countless individuals, and his church has grown exponentially under his leadership. However, Osteen's journey to becoming one of the most well-known Christian leaders of the 21st century was not a straightforward path. It was a journey marked by personal transformation, a shift in leadership, and overcoming doubts to embrace his destiny. Early life and family background, a foundation of faith. Joel Osteen was born on March 5, 1963 in Houston, Texas, into a family deeply rooted in Christian faith. His father, John Osteen, was an ordained Southern Baptist pastor. John had been involved with the Southern Baptist Convention but became disillusioned with the denomination and separated from it in 1958. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in the Osteen family's religious journey. A year later, John Osteen founded Lakewood Church, initially operating out of an abandoned feed store in Northeast Houston. Joel was one of 6 children in the Osteen family, and while he was raised in a religious environment, he was not immediately inclined to follow in his father's footsteps as a preacher. Unlike his siblings, who were active in church ministry and often participated in preaching, Joel was more introverted. He had a natural aptitude for media and communication, which led him to study radio and television communications at Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma. However, despite his interest in media, Joel did not complete his degree. Joel's role within Lakewood Church began behind the scenes. From 1982 until 1999, he worked as a producer for the church's television ministry. His tasks were pivotal but largely uncelebrated. He handled everything from directing the cameramen to refining the lighting, all in an effort to improve the church's media presence. In a time when television broadcasts were becoming an essential medium for reaching large audiences, Joel's expertise was integral in expanding the reach of Lakewood's ministry. Stepping into the spotlight, a reluctant leader. Despite his behind-the-scenes role at Lakewood Church, Joel Osteen's calling to become a preacher was not immediate. In fact, it was a role he resisted for many years. His father had repeatedly asked him to step into the pulpit, but Joel, ever the shy and reserved personality, had always declined. He felt that he was not suited for public speaking and, as he later revealed in interviews, doubted his ability to lead a congregation. However, in 1999, Joel's life took a sudden and unexpected turn. His father, John, was suffering from health issues and was undergoing dialysis. It was at this time that Joel agreed to fill in for his father and deliver a sermon. His father's declining health left Joel with a new sense of responsibility. This decision to speak before the congregation for the first time would become a pivotal moment in both his life and in the history of Lakewood Church. Lakewood Church, the rise of a global ministry. Under Joel Osteen's leadership, Lakewood Church underwent a remarkable transformation. What had started as a small independent church in an abandoned feed store grew into one of the largest Christian congregations in the world. Within a few years of assuming leadership, Joel's approach to preaching and his media-savvy leadership style brought Lakewood Church into the spotlight, attracting thousands of new congregants. Joel quickly realized that in order to expand the church's reach, he needed to embrace the potential of television and media. Building on the groundwork his father had laid, Joel began to make bold decisions to increase Lakewood's visibility. He doubled the church's budget for television airtime, purchased advertisements on billboards, and negotiated with networks for favorable time slots, ensuring that the message of the church reached millions across the United States and beyond. By the mid-2000s, Lakewood Church was reaching over 100 countries through its weekly television broadcasts, becoming the top-rated inspirational program in the world. In 2005, the church achieved another milestone, the opening of its new facility at the Compaq Center, a former basketball and hockey arena in Houston. The new facility, which seats 16,000 people, allowed Lakewood to accommodate a growing congregation that numbered more than 50,000 by 2016. Joel's success was not limited to his television broadcasts and church growth. He became a best-selling author with his 2004 book, Your Best Life Now: 7 Steps to Living at Your Full Potential, selling millions of copies. The book, which emphasized the power of positive thinking and personal growth, resonated deeply with readers. It offered practical advice for living a fulfilling life while emphasizing faith in God. This book, along with others like Become a Better You and Every Day a Friday, cemented Joel's reputation as a motivational speaker and a spiritual leader. In 2007, the Church Report identified Joel Osteen as the most influential Christian leader in America, surpassing even figures like Billy Graham. Joel's unique style of preaching, characterized by his upbeat, optimistic messages, resonated with a broad audience. He avoided complex theological discussions, preferring instead to deliver simple, accessible messages about hope, faith, and prosperity. This approach earned him the nickname the Smiling Preacher, a reference to his trademark positive demeanor and encouraging tone. Personal life and lifestyle. The criticism and praise. Joel Osteen's personal life and lifestyle have often been the subject of media attention and scrutiny. He is married to Victoria Osteen, who is also a key figure at Lakewood Church. Victoria, like her husband, is known for her engaging and optimistic approach to ministry. The Osteens are often seen as a power couple in the Christian world, with their combined influence reaching millions of people worldwide. However, the Osteens' lifestyle has also attracted criticism. Their luxurious lifestyle, including their multi-million-dollar homes and private jets, has drawn the ire of some critics who believe that their wealth is inconsistent with the message of humility that many associate with Christianity. Joel has addressed these concerns, stating that his wealth is the result of his hard work and the success of his ministry, not from exploiting the faithful. Despite the controversy, the Osteens continue to enjoy widespread support, especially from their congregants who view them as genuine and inspiring leaders. A heartbreaking trial. A test of faith. In recent years, Joel Osteen and his family have faced their own set of challenges and heartbreak. The public and private lives of the Osteens are often scrutinized, and recent events have put their faith to the test. These trials, while deeply personal, serve as a reminder that even those who preach hope and positivity are not immune to the difficulties of life. While specifics about the incident remain private, it is clear that the Osteen family is facing a heartbreaking challenge. For Joel, this test of faith has been a sobering reminder that even in the darkest times, faith and perseverance are key to navigating life's trials. In his typical fashion, Joel has chosen to focus on the strength and support of his faith, using this personal hardship as an opportunity for growth and reflection. For Joel Osteen, the journey from a shy young man behind the camera to the influential preacher he is today has been anything but easy. Yet his unwavering faith and his ability to inspire others continue to make him a powerful force in the world of Christianity. As he faces this new challenge, his message remains the same. Despite the hardships we face, we can overcome them through faith, hope, and perseverance. The life and controversies of Victoria Osteen. Victoria Osteen, co-pastor of Lakewood Church and wife of the renowned televangelist Joel Osteen, has been a key figure in the ministry of one of the largest Christian congregations in the world. While Victoria shares a life of ministry and fame with her husband, her journey has not been without controversy. The story of her life, from her early years to her role as a public figure, is as complex and multifaceted as the issues that have surrounded her. In this article, we will explore her personal life, her role at Lakewood Church, the controversies that have shaped her public image, and the way she has navigated the scrutiny that has come with being married to one of the most famous pastors of the 21st century. Marriage to Joel Osteen. Victoria Osteen's life took a turn when she met Joel Osteen, the famous televangelist, in an unexpected setting. The story goes that Joel walked into Victoria's mother's jewelry store to purchase a watch battery, and this seemingly ordinary event would lead to an extraordinary life. As reported by the Netline, the two quickly started dating and found a deep connection. Their relationship progressed rapidly, and just 2 years later in 1987, they tied the knot. Their union was not just a personal one, but it also marked the beginning of a shared journey in ministry. The couple went on to have 2 children, Jonathan and Alexandra Osteen, both of whom have played roles in the family's ministry. Victoria's life, which began in a small jewelry store in Houston, Texas, has evolved into a highly public existence as she became not just the wife of a famous pastor, but a key figure in the leadership of Lakewood Church. Victoria Osteen's role at Lakewood Church. Victoria Osteen has long been a co-pastor at Lakewood Church, which was originally founded by her father-in-law, John Osteen, in 1959. After John's death in 1999, Joel assumed leadership of the church, and the ministry quickly grew into one of the largest in the world, with tens of thousands attending weekly services both in person and online. Despite her low-key demeanor compared to her husband's energetic public persona, Victoria has been an integral part of the church's outreach and spiritual guidance. Together, the Osteens have built a media empire, spreading their message of positivity and hope to millions of followers across the globe. Victoria's role as co-pastor, however, has not been without its own set of challenges and controversies. She is often seen sharing the pulpit with Joel, offering her own messages that focus on themes of personal growth, faith, and fulfillment. The 2008 flight incident, assault allegations. One of the most significant controversies to impact Victoria Osteen's reputation occurred in 2008, when she was accused of assaulting a flight attendant during a flight from Texas to Colorado. According to NBC News, the incident began when Victoria was seated in first class alongside her husband, Joel, and a spill on her armrest was not cleaned up to her satisfaction. Sharon Brown, the flight attendant, later filed a lawsuit against the Osteens, alleging that Victoria verbally and physically abused her and another flight attendant after they failed to promptly address the situation. Brown claimed that Victoria physically threw her against a bathroom door, elbowed her in the chest, and attempted to enter the cockpit. Brown also contended that throughout the exchange she remained courteous and professional. She sought 10% of Victoria's estimated $100 million net worth in punitive damages, which would have amounted to tens of millions of dollars. After a brief 2-hour deliberation, the jury found Victoria innocent of the assault charges. Nevertheless, she was fined $3,000 for interfering with a crew member, a charge that stemmed from her actions during the flight. Despite being exonerated, the incident left a stain on her public image, with critics questioning her behavior and whether she had acted inappropriately as a high-profile Christian figure. The 2024 shooting incident at Lakewood Church. In February 2024, a shocking and tragic event unfolded at Lakewood Church, bringing more national attention to the Osteen family. On February 11th, a woman, later identified as 36-year-old Genesee Iron Moreno, opened fire at the church during the start of the Spanish-language service. According to witnesses, multiple shots rang out, and the shooter claimed to have a bomb in her backpack. Although no bomb was found, the situation quickly escalated when Moreno shot a 47-year-old man in the leg. The shooter, who was later confirmed to have a criminal record and a history of mental health issues, was confronted by 2 off-duty officers who were serving as security at the church. When Moreno pointed an AR-15 rifle at the officers, they shot and killed her in self-defense. Tragically, Moreno's 7-year-old son was also injured in the exchange of gunfire, suffering critical injuries that required a portion of his frontal lobe to be surgically removed. Ongoing controversies and criticism. Despite his success and the large following, Joel Osteen has faced significant criticism over the years, particularly for his approach to certain theological issues. One of the most controversial aspects of his ministry has been his avoidance of discussing contentious issues such as abortion, politics, and gay marriage. Joel has repeatedly been criticized for offering a watered-down version of Christianity, which some argue promotes a prosperity gospel that focuses on material wealth and personal success rather than spiritual growth and sacrifice. While Joel has avoided giving direct commentary on issues like same-sex marriage, his remarks about homosexuality have sparked backlash from both liberal and conservative Christian groups. He has stated that he believes homosexuality is a sin according to his interpretation of Scripture, but has also emphasized that gay individuals are welcome at his church. This nuanced stance has created confusion and criticism, with some accusing him of failing to provide clear guidance on a topic that has become a point of division in modern Christianity. Victoria Osteen's controversial sermon, A Selfish View of Christianity. One of the most significant controversies surrounding Victoria Osteen came in 2014 when she made a statement during a sermon that many Christians found deeply troubling. Victoria's remarks centered on the idea that Christianity should ultimately serve an individual's happiness, suggesting that people obey God not out of reverence or duty, but because it brings personal fulfillment. In her words, when you come to church, when you worship Him, you're not doing it for God, really. You're doing it for yourself because that's what makes God happy. Her comments were widely criticized within the Christian community, with many accusing her of distorting the true message of the Bible. Christian writers and theologians were particularly vocal in their condemnation. Matt Moore, a columnist for the Christian Post, titled his critique, Victoria Osteen and Her Joy-Robbing Brand of Cheap Christianity, calling her version of the faith shallow and self-serving. He argued that her view misrepresented Christianity's core teachings by reducing it to a personal happiness project. Other critics, including well-known figures like columnist Matt Walsh, voiced their concerns even more harshly. Walsh described her comments as not only heretical but also blasphemous, stating that they betrayed a fundamental misunderstanding of Christian doctrine. According to Walsh, the idea that Christians should act virtuously solely for personal happiness is rooted in the idolatry of self and a pagan mentality, one that places individual desires above God's will. He stressed that Christianity is not about fulfilling personal desires, but about fulfilling God's will, even when that involves suffering or sacrifice. Walsh also pointed out that true Christianity calls for a battle against sin and the pursuit of obedience, not the pursuit of self-centered happiness. Joel Osteen's controversial comments on Mormonism. Joel Osteen has long been known for his positive, feel-good messages, which focus on themes like personal empowerment, hope, and prosperity. However, his inclusive stance on various theological issues has also garnered significant criticism. One of the most controversial statements made by Joel occurred during a 2011 appearance on CNN's Piers Morgan Tonight. When asked whether Mormons are Christians, Osteen responded, "I believe that Mormons are Christians. I don't think it's that big of an issue. We're all trying to find the same God." This statement ignited a firestorm of criticism from both evangelical Christians and Mormon scholars. Prominent evangelical leaders, including John MacArthur and Albert Mohler, publicly rebuked Joel for his comments, arguing that Mormonism's theology fundamentally diverges from traditional Christian doctrine. They pointed out that Mormon beliefs about God, Jesus Christ, and salvation differ significantly from the teachings of mainstream Christianity, particularly the doctrine of the Trinity and the nature of Christ. Many critics contended that Osteen's statement undermined the authority of the Bible, which has long been the foundation of Christian doctrine. By affirming Mormons as fellow Christians, Osteen was seen as diluting the lines between what many evangelicals consider true Christianity and other religious traditions that do not adhere to Orthodox Christian teachings. The 2020 PPP loan controversy. In 2020, as the world grappled with the COVID-19 pandemic, Joel Osteen and Lakewood Church found themselves at the center of another controversy. Despite the church's immense wealth, which includes a multi-million-dollar facility and a massive following, Lakewood Church applied for and received a $4.4 million loan from the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, a federal relief program designed to help small businesses and nonprofits retain employees during the pandemic. The church claimed that the funds were used to save jobs, specifically to preserve around 370 positions within the organization. However, some critics were skeptical, arguing that such a large loan was unnecessary for a megachurch with significant financial resources. Moreover, a list of the specific jobs retained with the funds was never made public, leading to further questions about the church's use of the money. The controversy intensified when Joel Osteen denied taking any funds from the PPP program, only for the U.S. Small Business Administration to release data confirming that the church had indeed received the loan. The revelation caused a backlash, particularly from those who felt that Lakewood Church, given its wealth and influence, should have relied on its own resources to weather the pandemic rather than taking government assistance. Hurricane Harvey. The Lakewood Church response. In 2017, Lakewood Church faced heavy scrutiny for its delayed response to Hurricane Harvey, which devastated Houston and much of the surrounding area. Thousands of people were displaced by the storm, and many local places of worship opened their doors to provide shelter for the homeless and displaced. However, Lakewood Church, with its massive 16,000-seat capacity, did not immediately offer shelter or aid to those in need. Initially, the church claimed that it could not open its doors because of damage to the building. However, this claim was met with skepticism, particularly when social media users pointed out that Lakewood's facilities appeared to be undamaged. In the days following the hurricane, the church came under increasing pressure from the public and media to provide shelter. Finally, after significant public outcry, Lakewood Church opened its doors on August 28, 2017 as a temporary shelter. The Osteen family's lavish lifestyle. Another point of contention surrounding Joel and Victoria Osteen has been their lavish lifestyle, which includes multiple multi-million-dollar homes, luxury cars, and rumored ownership of a private jet. Critics have pointed to this opulence as contradictory to the teachings of Jesus, who advocated for humility, selflessness, and service to others. Many questioned how someone who preaches the prosperity gospel, which teaches that God rewards faithful followers with wealth, could justify living such a luxurious lifestyle while many of their followers struggle financially. In particular, rumors surrounding Joel Osteen's private jet have sparked significant debate. Critics argue that the use of such a jet symbolizes greed and an inability to empathize with the average person. They argue that a preacher of the gospel should not be so detached from the realities of life for the less fortunate. On the other hand, Osteen and his supporters argue that the jet is necessary due to his extensive travel schedule, which includes speaking engagements and outreach efforts across the globe. Joel's message and public perception. Despite the criticism surrounding his wealth, lifestyle, and controversial comments, Joel Osteen continues to maintain a strong following. His positive and uplifting messages have resonated with millions, particularly those seeking hope and encouragement in difficult times. His books, such as Your Best Life Now and Become a Better You, have sold millions of copies, and his televised sermons reach millions more. However, the public perception of the Osteens is far from unanimous. For some, Joel represents a symbol of hope, prosperity, and the power of positive thinking. For others, he embodies the flaws of a modern Christian celebrity culture that prioritizes wealth, fame, and personal success over the traditional values of self-sacrifice, humility, and service to others.